Alright. So, as the title says, because I'm tired of hearing it, to be honest. I literally am tired of hearing it. These fake gamers crying just because they can't see up a character's skirt, or they can't see a pair of breasts, or they can't see sexualization in a video game. That's considered woke. It's not woke. And as the title says, stop crying, because that's what you need to do. You need to stop crying like a little baby just because you can't see pixels on a screen of a woman's underwear or breasts or a woman's backside. If you really want to see that much, go watch pornography. It's not woke. This is what I said. This is what people think that woke is now. The word woke has been changed from what it was. I'll show you another game that's I'm still working on it. Still haven't released it yet for a reason, because there's multiple videos. What you look up, SU Succubus, basically the game. This people are crying about it. We all know why. We all know why they keep crying about this stuff. So again, other games is running. Make sure the censorship options again fade. So Succubus is basically censored on basically the PS5 and PS4. You can't really see breasts. It's a demon. That's all. It just proves my argument. This is all these fake gamers care about. This is all they care about. Imagine crying like a little baby just because you can't see a pair of breasts in a video game. They need to stop doing it, to be honest. They need to stop doing it. Because again, they've been doing it for years, sexualizing women. But again, you incels and you losers out there, we all know why you're crying about this, because you want to jerk off 24 hours a day over a fictional character, just like with people like Kami in Street Fighter 6, Jory. Why do you think Capcom heavily sexualizes their characters? Because if they don't, these little incels and these PC nerds are not going to buy the game. It's not it is not a form of woke. It's not woke. This is not woke. It's not woke. If you really want to see this, stuff like this, then just go watch anime porn. Go watch it. Fulfill your fantasies as much as you want. But I'm tired of hearing it. This, oh, I'm sick of this censorship. Oh, this is woke. This is woke. Oh, a woman's in a video game. A woman's a main protagonist in a video game. That makes it woke. No, it doesn't. That's not woke. You want to know the definition of woke and what woke actually means? Woke means pushing a agenda. With all the stuff that I expose on BitTube and all that, the cancel culture, the SJWs, the list goes on. That's what woke is. This is not woke. Because again, many women are tired of this sexualization in video games. They're tired of it. Objectifying women. Nier, that game Nier, or whatever it's called. Couldn't care less about that game because it's a dog shit game to start with. The, it's full of sexualization. Oh, you can look up a skirt every instance. Seems that they put more effort into that than anything else in the game because the base game is boring. It's trash. Again, so Skullgirls bombarded by negative incels, Steam reviewers after devs alter old artwork they felt was in poor taste. So basically, these people are crying like little babies because they removed the patch. Basically, patch removes Nazi like armbands, which again, you're promoting Hitler. Of course, they're going to remove it. It's not woke. Rockstar did the same. There was a flag, um, GTA 5, that promoted the Confederate flag, which is a racist flag. Oh, but it's history. It's my history. Don't matter. It's a racist flag. No, the KKK flag that they use as well, and basically what they dress in, is racist. Well, if you take that out of the game and all that, that's woke. That's woke. No, it's not. Woke is like what I said it is, with the agendas that they push, rewriting history and all that. That's what woke is. This is not woke. It's just a joke now. It really is. Imagine crying like a little baby just because you can't see a pair of breasts in a video game, just because you want to fulfill your fantasies and jerk off. It's pathetic. So, negative. Basically, Skullgirls is getting a negative review just because of this. It's pretty pathetic. It really is pretty pathetic. So again, the sexualization of characters, that's exactly what they do. They do it with, go look at the Street Fighter games, all of them. Why do you think they added the new, as it's supposed with Street Fighter? And I made that video. This is all fake gamers care about, is sex scenes, sexualization of women, because that's all you do care about. You don't care about the game. All you care about is looking at sexualized stuff like a women's underwear and an upskirt. You really want to see that? There's porn that exists as softcore. There's magazines out there. Oh, I'm gonna leave a negative review on a video game because I can't see some pornography. Get a life. Seriously. It's pathetic. It really is pathetic. And as I said, you have people crying about this on the PS4 because, oh, it's censored. It's censored. Oh, I can't see breasts in a video game. I can't see breasts in a video game, so therefore it's woke. It's not woke. They've they have completely changed the definition of woke. Completely changed that. And you've literally made it an embarrassing because now when people use the word woke, they associate it with these idiots. They don't even know what woke is. They don't want to know what a agenda is. They don't want to know what Illuminati is. They really don't. But I'm glad they did it. What is the need for this? These camera angles. Dead or Alive is a main game. There's many anime games, basically a fight, yeah, dead or alive. Some they literally purposely created a game where they're just in a bikini. What's the point? Joke, man. So left the original artwork, right? The patched artwork, image, credit. Decade old fighting game Skullgirls has been hit with more than 600 negative reviews. in just 24 hours because of a patch that mostly tweaks and removes artwork that the developers say doesn't reflect their current values or broad vision for the future of the game. The overall street Steam rating for Skullgirls remains very positive. Well, guess what? This is what happens when you buy digital games. If you buy this game physical, guess what? You'd still have this in the game. Maybe you fake ass gamers and you fake PC gamers should realize what we've been saying. Stop buying Steam games. Stop buying them. If you add this on disk, guess what? When after install this patch, you could just go offline. Why do you think this gaming is way better? There was also people crying about The Witcher 3. Oh, CD Projekt Red is going to release an update that's going to censor nudity. Final Fantasy 16. People crying about that. Oh, these fake sex scenes, they don't even show anything. So what's the point of putting them in the game? It just shows the times that we are living in, and it proves the Bible as well. The Bible said that all these people would care about in the end times is their own reprobate desires. That's all they care about. Don't care. When I buy a video game, I do not sit there and go, oh, I'm going to buy a video game just because it's got a pair of big breasts in it and there's a main game that sexualizes and objectifies women. Go look up, I'm not going to show it. The game Destroy All Humans, it heavily sexualizes the character Natalia, or whatever her name is. In the original, her breast wasn't that big. The that game is just literally softcore porn. But that's all they do. But again, it's always the PC nerds. Always is. Because they cry about everything. It's all they care about. You look at most of the games on Steam, they're all these weeb games, these basically games for incels. It's pretty pathetic. Now, I'm completely against censorship, completely against it. But when you're crying about this, it's just stupid. It really is. I mean, it's just clothing. Grow up. And you don't have to. This is what I said with Steam Gaming. You are forced to install this patch because again, that's PC gaming for you. You don't own the game that you buy. So broad vision, Skullgirls remains very positive, but its recent review average has fumbled down to mostly negative, all because they decide to remember what I said. You're gonna have this soon on Mortal Kombat 1, and I think it's the twins. I forgot the game because otherwise it's gonna come up a car. I guarantee you, people are gonna say this is woke when it comes out. I don't remember the girls' names. These are on Katana. The outfit that she now wears. You go look at the original, basically Mortal Kombat. The outfits, she was in a leotard. It was heavily sexualized. And then you would have camera angles where it would zoom into a guy's ass. That's all they cared about. Soon as that got censored, soon as that got removed and they stopped doing that, everyone decided to start calling it woke. Same with I guarantee you, people will start saying this is woke. Just because you can't see sexualized clothing, it's not woke. Again, Chun-Li, Oh, Chun-Li in Street Fighter. I can't see Chun-Li's crotch. So therefore, it's woke. It's not woke. That is not the definition of woke. That's just you're a horny degenerate. That's all it is. There's a difference between being horny and attracted to a female and just being a degenerate. Me, if they patch something out, I couldn't care less. Literally couldn't care less. I don't buy games for to see a woman sexualized. I didn't buy Street Fighter 6 for that. I mean, honestly, pathetic. Pretty pathetic. I guarantee you they'll start saying this is woke. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they start saying it's woke just because you can't see sexualized stuff in a game. It's just laughable. It really is. Is it again? Everything is considered woke now. Oh, there's a black person in a video game. That's woke. No, it's not. Look up the definition of woke. And that's why every single time that I make a video, when I'm calling something woke, you have the people saying, "Oh, you don't know what woke is. This is not the definition of woke." Because these modern Zoomers of today, their definition of woke is completely different. They just think everything's woke now. Oh, there's a female in a video game. That's woke. No, it's not. How many games from the PS3 era to the PlayStation 1? Resident Evil 3, Nemesis, Jill's the main protagonist. Guess that's woke. Guess Resident Evil 2 with Claire Redfield. She's the main protagonist. I guess that's woke. I guess Control, the video game. It's a female that's a main protagonist. She has superpowers. Guess that's woke. See how stupid that logic is. Anything's just woke now. Again, to a real world hate group seen in the dress of Skullgirls army, particularly its like Nazi-like red armbands instances in which characters are fetishized and or have sexualization imposed upon them, which is a fact. Porno. This is all gaming is. I've said this. This is all gaming is now. Porno. And this is all these PC gamers care about. As I said, go look at PC gaming and half of the games that are on there. There's a game on there, and it was only allowed on Steam for a reason. There is a game on there where the whole purpose of the game is you play as a RAPIST. I'm not even joking about that. There's also a Japanese game, where you play as what I just mentioned, and the whole purpose of the game is you kidnapping two women. That's what I said about PC gaming. Weird. Weird games. There's a lot of disgusting games on PC. A lot. I mean, just like that game, Turfenstein. That was allowed on Steam. And look what it promoted. So yeah. Some content believed to be in poor taste with regard to race. So again, imposed with particular attention towards younger characters. Some of the tweaks only affect artwork seen in galleries, where 4 pieces of fan art were removed, and they're just crying about artwork. It's so funny. Really is. These people are losers. Fan art were removed and 15 official were modified, but a number of adjustments were also made to in-game animations and story mode art. The black egret armbands were removed wherever they appeared. For instance, a story mode showing black character being beaten by police was removed. Well, I don't. I can kind of see why that was removed because if you look at that, people are going to get the wrong impression. If you know anything, there's racism that does go on in certain gaming industries. I can kind of see why that was removed. I mean, if you look at that, what do you think people are? Imagine a black person playing the game, and then you see a black person getting beaten up by the police. Of course, they're going to look at it as a negative light. Some non-artwork was changed to a Soviet announcer voice pack was removed. Well, again, that's because of the thing with Russia. Of course, they're going to remove it. They don't think, do they? There are a possible few reasons for this, but isn't obvious which is. And the combo counter phase for 18 hit combos, which had been barely legal, was replaced. So yeah, you can see why they removed that. What kind of message is that sending? Barely legal. That would be almost promoting pedophilia. Of course they're going to change it because again, it's going to make them look bad. But again, they already look bad anyway because this is all these companies do: sexualize women. What? That's all they do. Making games is for these incels. Oh, I can't see a bikini in a video game. I can't see a sex cutscene in a video game. Oh, that's all I buy video games for. Joke. So the full change log can be found here in the video below. Documents the art changes with before and after comparisons. In many cases, they are so minor that they are hard to notice unless pointed out. So again, these losers are just literally sat there wasting their time purposely doing this. So we're tweaked to obscure a character's underwear without changing the sexual content of the scene, for example. So again, they're just crying like little babies. So they are. I'm not going to play the video because again, the person will probably claim my video because we all know how it is on here. So I'm not going to waste me time playing it just so somebody can claim my video. I mean, look at this. I can kind of see. Look at this. This is like something that you see in hentai. This literally is something that you probably see in stuff like that. So, in his explanation of the tweaks, Price suggested that the core identity hasn't changed, and yet they're still crying about it. For instance, that Skullgirls is no stranger to characters that can confidently express their sexuality, and that made with racial sensitivity in mind haven't touched playful references. So again, many of the negative Steam reviews are from incels, complain that the changes, however small, are a form of censorship. It's not really a form of censorship. It's just you're a loser. That's all you are. If you care about that, then don't buy the game on Steam. Don't cry about a video game being censored if you're gonna buy it on Steam. That's your own fault. You should know that Steam, they force you to update in a game. That's the way Steam works. You can't launch a game without installing an update. It's your own fault. I've said this about PC gaming. PC gaming is nothing but a scam. That's all it is. It is nothing but a scam. Now, if you bought this game physical, which I don't know whether it is, we'll have to see. Because I've seen this game before. Let's see. Usually they're on console. Yeah, they're on console, so stop crying. Stop crying about it. It's on console. It's literally on console. Go buy the console version. You don't have to install the update. There you go. They're not exactly censoring it on, and even if they are censoring it on other platforms, guess what? Turn the game offline. It's that simple. Well, this is woke. This is woke. Exactly, and what's up, man? And yeah, tentacle hentai. It's basically what games are now. And as I said, with that, I can understand why they removed that certain change. I mean, because let's get real. I haven't played. I'm gonna be real. I haven't played these games, but if I played a game and in today's society, if you saw a black person getting beaten up by the police in the era that in the society that we're in today, like people were crying that black people weren't in Final Fantasy 16. It's a good thing they weren't in Final Fantasy 16 because the whole storyline in Final Fantasy 16 is about slavery. So they would have got cancelled. That I can understand why they've removed it. Completely understand. As I said, I'm not for cancel culture or censorship, but this is just stupid. There's other things to actually speak out against, racism, the list goes on. But oh, let's just sit there and cry about because I can't see women's underwear. It's pathetic. It really is. It's just stupid. The current devs who were not the original developer team from 10 years ago thought they had to change that, what worked perfectly for over a decade, and run the game's sprite through 4 kids style censorship. Certain it's probably they've decided to probably go that way. So of course they're gonna censor it. These games are not for kids anyway. I've only seen a few images, and these games are heavily sexualized. You can just even look it up. You can see basically. I'm not even gonna bother looking it up to be honest, because I know exactly what will come up. But a lot of the characters in these games are heavily sexualized. A lot of them are. That's why I'm not looking them up. But there's many of these games, and of course, the devil horns says a lot. Of course, the ability that you would have in this game, you're throwing the devil horns up. Doesn't shock me, to be honest. It really doesn't. But this is nothing new. This has been going on for like this. There's even this character here. Look at this. How sexualized this actually is. The look at it. Basically, she might as well be wearing nothing. It's a porno. It's a pornographic game for incels. How tight the clothing is. It's objectifying women. That's exactly what these games are doing. And soon as with Street Fighter, when oh, Basically, oh, they changed Kami's outfit. Oh, they changed Chun Li's outfit. Oh, that's woke. That's woke. Just because you can't see a pair of breasts, it's not woke. Of course, they have an umbrella with eyeballs on it, and these look like kids. The characters literally look like kids. So that stuff barely legal is almost underage. Um, Look at the sexualization that is in this game. But it always makes me laugh with PC gaming. This is why I've always said stop buying PC games. Because PC games are heavily censored. These PC gamers act like, oh, our platform isn't censored. Oh, it's always PlayStation and Sony censoring games. Well, guess what? Wrong, because now your platform's censored heavily. Again, of course, the Freemason Lodge flaw right there. But it is heavily sexualized. I obviously can't show it because, like this one, how sexualized that is. Who wears this to a fight? Let's be realistic now. Who wears clothing like this to a fight? Street of Rage. Yeah, the girl wearing a mini skirt wasn't sexualized though. It just seems to be games like these weeb games, where they sexualize women. By removing such offensive elements as armbands, again, I can see why this was kind of removed. It does kind of look like the Nazis. Which again, if you're a company, even Fortnite did it. We'll bring that up. Fortnite. 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 What it was called. This was it. They removed it. They banned it. Now, if you look at this from an instance and compare this to the Nazi, basically SS, doesn't it look exactly the same? But if you're a company, you don't want anything associated with Hitler. Man, companies, if I was a company, you ain't gonna take that risk of being cancelled. You leave this in the game and people get the wrong idea and rumors start spreading around that this is associated with Hitler and Nazis, you're gonna get cancelled, especially in today's era. So it's not censorship. If something in today's era, you gotta understand, you can get cancelled like that. But again, these people continue to cry. Standpoint known only to them, wrote one recent stream reviewer. As that reviewer alludes to, Skullgirls has had a storied development history. Its original studio, so this is again collapsed after lead designer Mike publicly joked about that. Again, well, it doesn't surprise me. So this is what kind of people they are. Now explains why there's a black person in the video game getting beaten up by the police. Explains a lot. Racist. So he basically publicly joked about the murder of George Floyd and was accused of inappropriate workplace behavior. Well, with sexualized stuff like this, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. The sexual only a only someone that is heavily horny 24 hours a day would create stuff like this. That's just a fact. So I'm not surprised. Not surprised that they've been done for stuff like this. So we joked about George Floyd, and there's a black person getting beaten up by the police. Explains a lot. And was accused of inappropriate workplace behavior, which led him laying off the studio's entire staff. The current version of Skullgirls is now maintained by the studio that made the mobile port. Developers called is no longer involved with Skullgirls, and for the past 2 years working on as a programmer on another. So again, the person just sounds like a scumbag. I mean, has been basically accused of inappropriate workplace behavior, probably harassing people. That's a real thing that goes on. We've seen it with a lot of companies. Basically, Activision. I believe it's Activision and Blizzard that sexually harassed their own employees and got done for sexual misconduct. This is exactly what these companies do behind closed doors. And yet people idolize these companies. So we, of course, realize that some members of the Skullgirls community may disagree with these changes, either in terms of how we choose to address them or whether they were, in fact, issues that warranted addressing in the first place, wrote Price. So please know that all of these choices have been made following amongst all members. So again, it isn't all backlash, with a number of Skullgirls players now using the Steam reviews section to roll their eyes at the flood with positive. So again, reviewers that accuse the review bombers of being low playtime, don't know what that word means, too horny for their own good. Exactly, they are. That's exactly what they are. If you sit there writing a review, crying like a baby, just because you can't see some sexualized content, then you need a life. You really need a life. Now, if they censored stuff in the game, like say they deleted content like that wasn't offensive or anything, then I'd understand and I agree. That's pure censorship. Like say they made a joke about a certain communities and they removed it, then they could make an argument. But they're literally just censoring and covering the clothing up. It's pathetic. It really is. This is not censorship. Want to know what censorship is? Taking people's rights away, flagging people's videos down just for opinion, flagging people's videos down just for calling out certain things, attacking and canceling people just for opinion or just for saying something. That's real censorship. Banning the Bible in places like Canada, banning someone's opinion and oppressing people. That's a form of censorship. This isn't. There's more things in life that actually need addressing. This is a stupid. Leaving this positive review to counter people with 5 hours saying the entire game is now bad. Yeah, the game is bad just because you can't see breasts. Yeah. Game is now bad because it's 1% less horny, wrote one reviewer. who has more than 2,000 hours. Damn, that person needs a life. Who plays the game? I mean, then again, I played Dead by Daylight. I haven't played that game in damn months. I must have spent about seven 7,000 hours. Have spent almost a certain amount of hours on GTA 5. So, but it's just pathetic. It really is. At the time of writing, 169 positive and 659 negative Steam reviews for Skullgirls. So we'll look these reviews up. It's pretty pathetic. It really is. It really is pathetic. The Skullgirls negative reviews. And this is not the only. Again, look at this. See what I mean? And you wonder why it gets censored. I'm tired of these people. I am sick and tired of these incel losers. Oh, I can't see breasts in a video game. Just look at that image. How sexualized that is. And you wonder why it gets censored. You wonder why. This is how you tell who buys a game just for a pair of breasts. They don't buy the game for the gameplay or anything like that. Resident Evil, Village. People only bought that game, and the reason that game was only so popular and sold so much, same as Diablo 4. The only reason those two games sold so much is because it has a female in it. Basically, it has a sexualized female. That's just a fact. What nurse wears that outfit? Let's get real. And you wonder why it got censored. You wonder why. It literally. I mean, look how sexual the outfit is. Look at it. You wonder why it got censored. You wonder why. Look at that. It's literally a porno. It is literally a porno. Because I don't care, man. I literally don't care. Again, look at that as well. Upskirt. Look at the sexualization there. Just a pure sexualized game. Crying like little babies because they can't see sexual content. It's a joke. It literally is a joke. So, and it's in less than 24 hours. Pathetic. So, see where the reviews are. I'm gonna have to look up school. I don't remember which one is it. School. Girls. Steam. I just want to see what they say. Oh, I don't remember which one they said was being. I mean, just look at the image trailer straight away. Says a lot. I'm not even gonna bother playing it. The devil horns right there. The outfit is just heavily sexualized. It really is. There's no need for it. It's literally just a porno. Oh, but This is censorship. I can't see a pair of breasts in a video game, therefore I'm going to leave negative reviews. See which one it is. Here we go. I have put multiple times across consoles. I enjoy playing the game. I am reviewing in response to the update, removing content that some people may find distasteful, ignoring whatever the changes are. I'm aggravated by this update. Is that it is removing content that I paid for. It's not removing any content. It's just censoring clothing. It's not removing content. So laughable. For the announcer parks I pay for the voice lines. The game is more than a decade old. No, you're just review bombing it because again, you can't jerk off. That's really what it is. Because a person made a video about it. Don't buy games on Steam. And you'll still have this content. I mean, look at the reviews. They're incels. So we pay for content and they just take it away. Well, again, welcome to digital gaming. Welcome to digital gaming. Guess what? Digital gaming. Guess what? With digital gaming, they can take the game off the store anytime they want. I've been saying this for years. So again, digital gaming's a scam. They can take this game and do whatever they want. They can remove it from the store, the Steam store, rip all content out of that game, put it back on the store, and you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. But, oh, these fanboys of today, these little fanboys, oh, who buys physical discs anymore? Who buys gaming on disc? Get with the times. Digital gaming's better. And things like this happen. Guess what? If I own this game on console, guess what? Just disconnect the internet. All the content's still in the game. But that's something that you PC elitist will never understand. Pointless censorship's not censorship. Stop crying. Again, kick the game creator. You want to know why they kicked him? Because again, he was done for misconduct and he made a joke. No wonder they kicked his ass out. I'd do the same thing. Doing things like this. So basically history, its original studio lab collapsed after lead designer publicly joked about the murder of George Floyd and was subliminally accused of inappropriate work. So no wonder they got rid of him. No, would you have somebody still working in a company that has been done for the stuff like this? I certainly wouldn't. I mean, who does these things? Obviously an idiot. Who makes jokes like that? Literally, George, we all know what happened. There's people that say other things. I'm not going to get into it. But we all know what happened. So no wonder they got rid of him. Sounds like a clown. And again, they're not removing content. Don't these people get it? It's not content. It's literally just a pair, an upskirt. So again, it's just a bunch of incels that are review bombing it. You have these people that actually like the game, they're not crying like a little baby about it. And then you have these losers that literally are just crying like a little baby because they can't jerk off anymore. Oh, I can't jerk off over a pair of breasts. Heh. We'll get a life then. Simple as that, get a life. And this game is just like every other game where they have a season pass, they basically put characters behind a damn paywall. That's all they do. So yeah, trash game. Again, garbage. The game's heavily sexualized and it got censored for a reason. And it's funny because you'll have these people, they'll say, oh, it's not being review bombed. Yet when it comes to games like Horizon Forbidden West, oh, they say that's being review bombed. No, isn't it? This case, oh, it's not being review bombed. People are just sick of censorship. No, it's being review bombed by a bunch of incels. That's just the fact. That are crying like little babies because, again, even the image in the background. Just a heavily sexualized pornographic game that's not even that very good. The game's trash. Again, look, see what I mean? The argument. It's just a heavily pornographic game for incels. Again, look at it. See what I mean? And you wonder why it got censored. Clearly, all those things that were said about the main lead, he's a pervert. Again, you connect the dots. He was accused of inappropriate workplace. That would be things like sexual harassment. And then has content where women are basically half naked. Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Blizzard, Activision, scumbag companies. This is all gaming is. Joke. Oh, but it's censorship, censorship. Oh, I can't see a pair of breasts in the video games, therefore I'm gonna cry like a little baby. It's just laughable, it really is. And it probably is. And exactly. And exactly, they do look like kids. A lot of the characters look like kids, so it doesn't shock me. I mean, when somebody's accused for sexual misconduct, and exactly, that's all they are. This incels making a video game, and that's all you have now. And I guarantee you, when Mortal Kombat 1 comes out, they'll be saying that's woke. Just because there's no sexualization in it. It's time they start making games like this that are not set objectifying women. It's about time they start doing it. Because these incels, if they don't like it, don't buy the game. Go watch a porno. It's that simple. Well, I've heard so much about this, these idiots claiming everything's woke when it isn't. I would not want to touch that, and exactly. All of those guys needs to touch grass, and exactly, they do. And it wouldn't surprise me if you have people defending this and they're like, oh, this game is woke. It's not woke. That's why I named the title what I did. I'll probably end up changing the title. I don't know. Depends. because it's just funny. It really is funny to laugh at them. Because they just cry about anything. And exactly. I mean, everyone gets horny, but actually, most of these people that are crying are beta males. They really are simps. Because there's many. If a game that I bought that had sexual content in got censored, I wouldn't care less. I wouldn't care if if the scenes that are in Final Fantasy 16 got removed. I wouldn't care because I don't like seeing them anyway. It's just a joke. It really is. But they keep review bombing it. Again, it's just full of, as you've seen there, it's just full of occult symbolism to start with. You see the skull there, which represents death. You have an upside down cross there, thinking they can sneak that one in. So it flashes up so the multiple all seeing eyes. It just flashes it so fast. As you can see, upside down cross, the Egyptian symbolism, just full of occult. It's a trash game anyway. A game that is based around sexualization, you know the game's going to be trash. Because half of the fighting games now, the only decent fighting game that ever existed was basically Tekken, the original one, the one on PlayStation 1. I think it was Tekken 3. That was a true fighting game. Wasn't woke, wasn't full of occult garbage. Those are true fighting games. These games are trash. They really are. They're trash. It's just cartoony garbage. And why do they do the cartoon stuff? To attract kids. So again, sexualizing kids. Because who's gonna look at this? Kids mostly look at cartoony stuff to again sexualizing kids. Again, multiple seeing guys, again, as I said with that image there. They've even got a nun in the game. What a joke. As you can see how sexualized that is. And they wonder why it got censored. They wonder why. It needs to be censored. Simple as that. Even at the start of the trailer, you're bombarded with sexualization. So yeah. They do it with a lot of games now, review bombing. There's some games that aren't being review bombed. Well, there is some that do get review bombed. Oh, they promote nothing. And yet games like Street Fighter 6 that were actually woke, nobody said anything about it. Nobody said anything about it. That didn't get review bombed, did it? So again, it's just garbage. So yeah. Tekken 3. And as well, Tekken 3, the main guy that I liked in it was the Brazilian guy. His fighting was unique. And there was also that guy that was obviously supposed to represent Bruce Lee. That was an actual decent fighting game. But now it's just all these trash fighting games. And a lot of the games now today are full of symbolism. Yeah, I think it was Eddie. It was the Brazilian guy. Well, anyway, I'm going to end the video now because it's getting I didn't mean for the video to be this long, but it needs to be talked about because, again, many people say that stuff is woke when it isn't. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video when I decide to make one. And the last thing I'll say, if people think this is woke, then I highly recommend look up the definition of woke. Look it up. And I'll see you later. Take care, all of you. I'll see you later.